I'm down on a beach in Mexico at the moment, and I brought along my DJI Mavic Pro because I want to show you why I think this is the best drone for traveling. The biggest reason I'm excited about the Mavic is because it is so small and portable now. I'm able to fit my drone in with all my other camera gear, and it all fits in a carry-on backpack. Alright guys, let me show you my camera backpack and how small the Mavic really is. So in here, you've got all the gear I use, pretty much all the gear I use on my travel photography missions around the world. I've got the Sony a7R II with a 16 to 35 millimeter lens, a 70 to 200 millimeter zoom. I keep my GoPro and a selfie stick in there. Right here is the Mavic's controller. Look how tiny that is. There's the Mavic. So small, so light. It weighs 1.6 pounds with the battery. That's insane. So small. And look, it actually is about the same size as my water bottle. In this pocket, I've got 2 spare batteries, the intelligent flight batteries. So I've got 3 batteries total for it. And that's all my gear. I can bring this bag carry-on on an airplane. I can take it hiking. I can take it to the beach. It is so convenient to have a high-quality drone this small that fits in a carry-on backpack with all my other gear. Alright guys, the first thing I want to show you is how fast and easy it is to set this thing up and get it in the air. So first thing I'm going to do is turn on the DJI Go app, open up the remote controller, plug this in, turn on the remote. Try to adjust my phone a little bit there. Then next step is to open up the wings of the Mavic. And underneath here, the back ones, there's a protective cover on the front. I take that off. I take the gimbal clamp off. Set this down. Power on the Mavic. And we should get a blue button here when it's ready to go. There we go. Blue button. It is finding satellites. Ready to go, green. That was fast. So the fastest I've been able to do this is about a minute, a little under a minute. Now it's ready to go. I could just take off, swipe, boom, there you go. It's up and flying that quickly. There are 2 sticks on the front. The left stick, when you press up, the Mavic will raise in altitude. When you press down, it will drop in altitude. When you press it to the left, the Mavic will rotate counterclockwise. When you press it to the right, the Mavic will rotate clockwise. The stick on the right, when you press forward, the Mavic will fly forward. When you press down, the Mavic will fly backwards. When you press to the left, the Mavic flies horizontally to the left. When you press right, the Mavic flies horizontally to the right. There are a couple of buttons here on the front as well. The button here on the left is the return to home button. When you press and hold this, the Mavic will go into a program where it raises into the air and then flies back to the location where it launched from based on GPS coordinates. The button on the right, that's the power button. This is a pause button for the intelligent flight modes. It pauses the modes. On the right here is a custom function button. It has a couple different things it can do. If you press straight down, it turns on the intelligent flight mode menu where you can pick different modes. If you press up, it swings the camera down very quickly. If you press down, it swings the camera back up very quickly. To the left, I've got it set to zoom in, a digital zoom, and to the right, it zooms back out. There are a couple of buttons on the top as well. The one on the left starts recording video. The one on the right is the shutter release for still photos. There are two control wheels. The left control wheel controls the gimbal tilt, so you can swing the gimbal down, swing the gimbal and the camera back up. The one on the right I've got set to control exposure compensation. And finally, on the back of the remote, there are two custom function triggers. I have my trigger on the left set to focus the camera, and the trigger on the right also swings the camera's gimbal up and down. All right, let's take this out for a spin and show you what it can do. The Mavic can fly up to 25 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour in sport mode. With a clear line of sight, it's capable of flying up to 4 miles away. Flight time is about 21 minutes. When the battery drops to 30%, you'll get an audible warning. At 10%, the drone engages return to home and starts flying back to where it originally launched from. Return to home also engages if you lose your signal due to trees, buildings, or distance. The Mavic has obstacle avoidance sensors to keep you from crashing into things, but only on the front, so you have to be careful flying backwards or sideways. Now I want to talk about the cool, intelligent flight modes. Active Track is probably my favorite. It allows you to visually lock onto moving objects like people or cars, and it automatically follows them. Gesture is the Mavic's selfie mode. Wave your hands around to get its attention, then create a frame around your head. After a short delay, the drone will take your photo. Cinematic mode smooths out the drone's flying, creating more cinematic looking shots. However, it also drifts more, so you have to be careful around obstacles. Tripod mode keeps the drone super stable, like a tripod. You can fly very slowly in control, which is great for maneuvering in tight spaces. Point of interest allows you to select a building or monument by flying directly over it, locking on, and then adjusting the radius and speed to fly perfect circles around the subject, always keeping it in frame. Head on over to my blog post, linked in the description below, if you want to read more about some of these intelligent flight modes. It's really difficult to take off from tall grass or sand because the camera hangs so low. So what I do is I launch the Mavic from the back of my camera backpack and I catch land it. Catch landing a drone can be really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, so I don't recommend trying it until you have a lot of experience flying in many different kinds of conditions. Basically, the DJI Mavic is a dream come true for independent content creators like myself. It's both compact and powerful, perfect for sharing your travel adventures around the world. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.